Hi, this is Stephanie Lotvin of Tellybean Knits, and today I'm going to show you how to work a super duper stretchy rolled edge. So I love working with a rolled edge. Anytime that I'm working in garter stitch, I include this edging in a lot of my patterns. I love to use it in cowls. I love to use it in shawls. Anytime I have a chance to include it with garter stitch, it is a beautiful edge that is extremely sturdy and extremely stretchy. It looks great on the right side of your work. It looks great from the top, from the wrong side of your work, and it mimics an I-cord edge. I find that there are some instances that even though this edge is very stretchy, I need it to be extremely super duper stretchy. And so I've developed a method for making the rolled edge even stretchier. Now you might be wondering, why would I want to make an already stretchy edge even stretchier? And that's a really great question. There are a few instances when you may find that you want your rolled edge to be super duper stretchy. The instance that I found that it was most helpful was when I was working a shawl on the bias. So I have here my most recent shawl, and the upper edge of this shawl is worked using a super duper stretchy rolled edge. The bottom edge of the shawl was worked using a regular rolled edge when I didn't find that I needed as much stretch. I wanted to have some stretch because I like to have that stretch when I'm blocking, but I knew that along the upper edge of this bias triangle shawl, I was going to need to be very aggressive when blocking. And so I included a super duper stretchy rolled edge on this top edge of my triangle shawl. Let me just show you a miniature version of that. So I have here a miniature version of my shawl that I was working, and along this bottom edge on the bias, I was working a regular rolled edge. You can see it's really very stretchy. I'm getting great stretch, and it springs back and is extremely sturdy. It's also very clean looking. But on this top edge, I knew that I was going to have to be very aggressive when blocking my shawl. I wanted to be able to stretch along the top edge as much as possible. And so I included a super duper stretchy rolled edge on this top edge of the shawl. You can see I have a lot of give, but the great thing is it also springs back into its shape. And so I found that this was very helpful when I was working with this bias shaped shawl. You'll also likely find this helpful if you ever find that the opening of a cowl is especially tight. You can add a super duper stretchy rolled edge at the neckline of your cowls. That's a great place to include that. And I'm guessing that you'll find lots of other reasons to use it. The other thing I like about this super duper stretchy rolled edge is that it is really difficult to tell the difference between the super duper stretchy rolled edge and the regular rolled edge because there's so much structure in a rolled edge generally. So let's look back at the swatch that I have here. Along the right hand side of this swatch, I have a regular rolled edge, and along the left hand side I have a super duper stretchy rolled edge. You can see that the right hand side is a little neater at this point, pre-blocking, and the left hand side does look a bit looser. You can especially see that the loops that are created when we work the double wrap yarn over, they are more visible on this super duper stretchy rolled edge. So let's just compare the stretchiness. So this is the rolled edge, still very stretchy and really great at springing back into place. This is the super duper stretchy rolled edge. You can see I can really pull on this and it also springs right back into place. So these are both excellent methods for creating an edging on your knitwear. It just depends on what you will be using it for and if you need to be aggressive when you're blocking, or if you know you're going to be pulling your head through the neckline of a cowl and you want a little extra stretch, or if you have another garment that you think this would be useful for. This is a great place to throw that in and do an experiment and block away and be aggressive when you do it. So I want to show you how I work the double wrap yarn over when working this super duper stretchy rolled edge. I'm just going to turn my work and I am ready to work my rolled edge. Just as I would work a regular rolled edge, I'll begin with my yarn at the front of my work. I'm going to slip that first stitch purlwise with yarn in front. Then I'm going to bring the yarn between my needles to the back of my work. Now I will wrap my yarn for a yarn over. So at this point I have one wrap for that yarn over, a single yarn over. For the double wrap yarn over, I'm going to bring my yarn around once more. So you can see now I have 1, 2 wraps for that yarn over. 1, 2 on my needles. Now there's no need to pull that particularly tight. We want to have some nice loose tension in there, but you also don't want it to be falling off your needle. So just keep a comfortable amount of tension, nothing where you're strangling the needle and you can see the stitches starting to flip towards the back of your work, and nothing where you think it might fall off the tip of your needle. This is the tension that I like to have on my double wrap yarn over. And once you work that double wrap yarn over, you can go ahead and continue to work in pattern. And let me just show you what I do when I come back to that double wrap yarn over on the next row. All right, I've knit back to the end of my right side row, and you can see I've come to my double wrap yarn over. You can see this is the yarn over that was wrapped twice. I have 1 wrap, 2 wraps. Now, in order to work my final 2 stitches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit together the final stitch with this double wrap yarn over. The point of working that final stitch was to give us some extra length in one of our stitches so that our rolled edge can be extra stretchy. Now that we've reached the double wrap yarn over, we're simply going to push one of those wraps off the needle to create an elongated stitch here on our left hand needle, and now you can knit those 2 stitches together. And by having that extra wrap, we created extra length in the stitch that is going to be on our rolled edge. And that is how you work that super duper stretchy rolled edge. Thank you so much for watching the tutorial. I hope that you found it helpful.